Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Now, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm sure everyone has heard by now that according to all the facts and statistics we can find, everybody in the state of Texas is going to be dead sometime next month. Now, I know a lot of people right now are going, oh, no, not another COVID video. Well, no, I'm not talking about COVID. Even COVID isn't this bad. What I'm talking about is the fact that permitless carry goes into effect at the first of the month. The first day of next month, permitless carry begins. Now, I would say everyone has a week to live, but I hear people do things pretty slowly down in Texas, so I'm sure it's going to take at least 2 or 3 weeks before all of them either have negligent discharges or lose their tempers and kill each other. But apparently, according to the media, that's what's going to happen, because apparently that's what's happened in every other state that has enacted constitutional carry or permitless carry. You know, their violent crime rates skyrocket to the point everybody's shooting everybody. Nobody's left. Or is that true? Actually, I don't think that is true. In fact, if you look at the states that have enacted permitless carry, I don't think there's any increase in violence there that isn't directly correspondent with violence increases or increases in violent crime in other states. In fact, I think the states that are having the biggest increases in violence crimes are the victims-only states. You know, the states that restrict people's ability to defend themselves. Seems like criminals like it when they know the person they're about to punch in the stomach or stab doesn't have a gun. They like it when they know that. And in places where they're like, crap, any person now can be carrying a gun without having to go through all the red government tape and pay all the fines and fees and etc. that you have to pay to exercise your right in some states. Now that everyone can be carrying, bad guys are going, oh, good Lord, how do we choose who we jump on now? I mean, sure, that's a little old lady, but I mean, she might have Smith & Wesson in her purse. Or, tucked down her pants for all I know. So, seems like that might not be true. It might not be true that everyone's going to be dead very soon in Texas. But they are going to be able to carry without a permit as of the first of next month. So I guess we'll see. We'll give it a few weeks and we'll see how many people are left at the end of that week. And then we'll reevaluate our position here. But like I say, according to the media and a lot of the politicians you listen to, it's going to be a bloodbath. Which is funny because I don't remember the bloodbaths in West Virginia or any of the other states that have done this so far. In fact, if anything, it's probably safer in those places. Now, of course, a lot of places have had a little rise in violent crime because of COVID and the economy, etc. But nothing crazy. And I haven't seen anything that would say that people carrying is going to cause more problems. I don't see the truth in that. There have been states that have constitutional carry. They don't seem to have higher rates of negligent discharges, accidental firearms mishaps, anything like that. It's like when you go and look at states that some states have higher restrictions for carrying and some just have the restriction that you pay the check, that you write a check for the fee. And if you look at those two states, like Oregon and Washington are one. Oregon has stricter requirements for your carry permit, or Washington just like write a check. There's no real difference between the numbers of people who accidentally shoot themselves or the people who negligently shoot someone else. Doesn't seem to happen. Just like if you look at states that allow everyone to carry. Doesn't seem like it increases negligent rates of violence or harm or anything like that. So you got to wonder, well, why does the media act like everyone's going to be dead in a couple of weeks? Well, maybe it's because they're trying to push an agenda. But right now, I want to say congratulations to the people of Texas. You would think Texas would be like the most gun-friendly state ever, but they have really been behind the curve in recent years, and it's nice to see them catching up. Now, if they'd only catch up in, pretty much every other way. I still think it's 1979 in Texas, if I'm not mistaken. I'm from West Virginia, where it's 1972. So they're a little bit ahead of us, but still not quite caught up. I do think Alabama actually crawled into 1981 last week, but that's only because they have Marshall Space Flight Center. That's the only reason. But like I said, congratulations, Texas, for having permitless carry now, constitutional carry in your state. I'm not sure if it's constitutional. I'm not sure if you can carry open without a permit or do you have to carry concealed without a permit. I'm not really up on the details because I don't live in Texas, thank God. But no offense if you live there. I'm sure where you live is awesome. But a lot of rattlesnakes and scorpions and just all kinds of things in Texas that I don't want nothing to do with. And guys in big cowboy hats that have never ridden a horse. That always something I don't want to deal with either. But like I said, we'll have to wait and see as far as the death toll is concerned. But I wanted to say congratulations to everyone in Texas for getting this passed, for kind of catching up finally on pro-gun rights in the state of Texas. And I hope a whole lot more states are going to be following behind you because we've had a great success with state laws regarding carry lately, getting a lot more states pulled into the constitutional carry arena. If you remember years ago when I showed that video not too long ago about how concealed carry has progressed in America, most states didn't even allow you to get a permit or carry, period. Then it got to where almost pretty much every state allowed you to get a permit one way or another. And now we're getting to where, like almost half the states we're approaching now allow constitutional carry or permitless carry. So congratulations, Texas, for being the newest one to actually have it go into effect. And I hope a lot more states are following right behind you. All right, everybody, with that being said, I want to move on to my favorite part of the show, gun talk. And today I want to let people know out there that are big fans of these little polymer double stack micro compact guns, like the P365, the Hellcat, etc. Well, the P365, if it happens to be your tiny little micro double stack of choice, you can now buy the firing control unit separately, which I'm pretty sure means that you'll be able to go over to the SIG website very soon, choose your firing control unit, and then build the gun the way you want it, just like you can the P320s now. I would love to see them come out with an AXG frame for the P365, which I'm betting you is in the works if they're moving towards a custom build system like this. So I love the custom build systems where you can go in and choose what you want. I'm sure they'll be offering like different textures, different colors, different all this other stuff. And it's nice. I like that you can get the little SIG red dot sight that actually allows you to co-witness with the front sight because it's got the slot in the back of it. So I think this is awesome. It's good news. If this is your small gun of choice, it's not particularly my small gun of choice. I don't really choose small guns. I'm not a big fan of small guns. I like big old guns. I'm kind of a size queen when it comes to firearms. But just wanted to let everybody know, in case you didn't already know, that you can now start buying the FCUs by themselves. That was something that took years for the P320s to do. So I'm glad to see them actually kicking that into gear with the P365 because I think a lot of people have been buying that gun lately. And it's been very popular. So it'd be nice to be able to go over, custom build it to how you want it. And it looks like that's going to be coming very soon from SIG, if it's not already up by the time I put this video up, because I'm usually a little behind in information. I'm a little behind in everything these days, trust me. Information is just one of them. So if you want to go over and check it out on their website, you'll probably get more information. It's right over on SIG's website. But like I said, if you like the P365, it's your favorite little polymer micro double stack 9mm. Now you're going to have a lot more options in the very near future, if not already, on how you put it together. All right, everybody. Now I want to move on to our viewer EDC of the day. We haven't done this in a while. And today we have Red 4570, and he is showing us his Springfield Armory Loaded, which I have always said in the past was one of the best bargains in 1911s you could ever find. I just loved that gun. I've owned multiple of them. And he's carrying it in his 1791 leather holster, which is what I say is probably the best production line holster that you can get. Get them off of Amazon. You can get them in 2 or 3 days often. So he's carrying in a great gun in a great holster, and he's using a core trackline belt. So this guy's basically carrying this gun the exact same way I would carry this gun. So I definitely approve of that. Now, he did admit in his email that he also suffers from the flat ass syndrome, but I don't think I agree with him. That doesn't look flat. That looks like concave. It looks like it's denying the laws of physics. In fact, it even fucked with the focus of his camera, because his camera's like, where's his fucking ass? Why can't we focus on his fucking ass? So, because that's why his picture's a little blurry. But also, other than being concave, I think that is. Concave, yeah, that's inverted, right? As far as his ass goes, he's also got Punisher grips on his 1911. What kind of irresponsible, childish person puts Punisher grips on anything? I'm almost offended because of that. But everything else he did, holster, gun, belt, real winner as far as I'm concerned. So I wanted to show you our viewer EDC of the day, and that is Red 4570 with his Springfield Armory loaded 1911 in his 1791 holster on his core trackline belt. All right, I want to end here today by reminding everyone, send in your viewer EDC pictures. Just make sure you put viewer EDC in the subject line and make sure you're actually wearing your rig. You're not just taking pictures of it sitting on a table. Also, send in pictures of your adopted pets. Make sure in the subject line, put rescued pet so that I can find it and know that's what the email's about, or else I'll never see it because I get so many emails every day. Also, I want to remind everyone that if you can, please go over to Patreon, support the TYM Triple P. And I do have the new recipients of TYM Triple P. Vincenzo sent them to me yesterday. I'll actually get that list put together tonight, and I'll announce it on tomorrow's show so that if you're one of the recipients and you haven't responded yet, maybe you'll see that and go check your email. But please go over to Patreon. I'll put a link in the corner up here where you can go over, sign up to be a patron. $1, $2, $5, whatever you can afford. It's for a good cause. I do believe TYMP is something that needs to continue happening, and we're running a little shortfall right now. And that combined with vet bills I just had is kind of screwing me up financially. If people in my live chat remember the other day, I said, hey, I've already managed to save $800 because I haven't been buying guns or ammo for the last 3 weeks. Or last month, actually, practically now. And I was proud of myself that I'd put away that money. And then Mavis gets sick, and what does her bill come to? $802. Little bitch wiped out all my savings for my down payment on my car. But dogs come first, Cars are things, pets are family. So please go over, support TYM Triple P. It's not to pay Mavis's bill. I pay my own bills. But I want to be able to pay other people's medical bills for their animals when they need it. And that's one of the things we do with the Pets and Vets program. I want to be able to provide people a means to defend themselves when they can't afford it. That's what we do with TYM Triple P. So please go over and support it if you can. With that being said, I'm also going to add a new occasional segment to the video, the not TYMP, the whatever this thing is called that I do, Inside Guns. I'm going to add a new segment where it's just basically a rant segment, because there's been some things I've been wanting to bitch about lately, and not in a coherent way, just my usual. Remember when I used to do the old red-faced, breathless rants where I got upset about things? I like to think I'm old enough now that I don't do that anymore, but there's some things that still bother me. So I'm going to start doing that again probably tomorrow. Just every now and then, not every show, just every now and then. So with that being said, I just want to sign off today, as I usually do, by saying, as far as the state of the world today is concerned, it is what it is. It could definitely be a lot worse, but it could still be better. And if we as a community start to ignore the fearmongers, the profiteers, the fake activists that are not serving the interests of the Second Amendment or our freedoms, they're serving their own bottom line. If we start ignoring them and doing what's right in this country and fighting smart and hard for our rights in this country, what things will be for people who appreciate the Second Amendment and freedom in general in the very near future is better.